Hi, I'm Danielle with Godiva Secret Wigs. Now today I am going to try something I've never actually done before, so I don't know if it's going to work or not, and we're going to try together. So I've had a lot of clients ask me, can I turn my hand-tied wig into a custom top piece? And to be honest, I don't know the answer because I've never done it. As you know, hand-tied wigs are very expensive and I didn't want to just ruin one, but very kindly somebody donated this wig to me to be able to try, so here I am. So this is just a short little fully hand-tied wig, and I'm going to attempt to turn it into a top piece. Now just a note, the insides of hand-tied wigs sometimes are different. This one, as you can see, kind of has this crown, but it has these two pieces kind of running down the sides, where some of ours, you can see it kind of has a thicker piece right here. This would be a little bit easier to follow, where this one doesn't have really much of a line across. So if you were going to do this one, I would say to cut it kind of below here all the way around. But like I said, I've never done it with a hand-tied wig, so I'm not even sure if that would work. So I'm going to try it on this one, and together we will see what happens. So the first thing you want to do is really look at the inside and see where the best place to cut is. So for this one, on the side I can see this little bit thicker piece right here. So I'm going to try to cut just below that, because that kind of is like a little bit more of a structure, so I want to keep that in integrity. So I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to actually look inside here and find that thicker piece, which is right here, and I'm going to cut right below that piece. Trying not to cut off all the hair. So I'm literally just cutting right below there, just like this. Now I'm kind of just going to follow that. So here you can see on the inside. So here's this thick piece. Here's this thick piece. So I'm cutting literally right below it. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to follow that for a little while. I'm kind of cutting very shallow. So I'm not cutting the hair. I'm just cutting the netting. And I'm following just below this thick piece here. I'm just going to do that. Like I said, I don't know how this is going to turn out, so we'll see together. So here I go. So I cut a good ways down. Now if you really look at the cap, you'll see that there is kind of a top. You can see this line right here. This is kind of like the crown area. So now that I've cut down here, I'm going to cut across and just below what looks like this main section and see how that goes. So again, I'm going to flip it so I can make sure I'm not really cutting the hair to start. And I'm going to cut just below this main section. So I'm cutting right here. So again, I'm going to cut just the weft area. It's hard to see. If you had like some T-pins, I would maybe mark this area because it's a little hard to see where I'm trying to cut. But I'm going to go below this line. And again, I'm trying not to cut too much hair, only cutting this netting. The amazing thing about hand-tied wigs is that, as you can see, there are no wefts. It is all put in one hair at a time, which is what makes these wigs so amazingly realistic. And they're also more expensive because they just take a lot of time to create. So again, I'm just following this all the way around here. And now you can see I kind of got to that other piece. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing on this side that I did on this side. I'm going to go to the front. And again, here's that thick piece on the other side. So I'm going to go for the hair just behind it here and cut. So I kind of start on this side because I can see the hair a little better, but I'm going to finish it from the inside because then I can really just see the net and make sure I'm only cutting the netting and no hair, or as little hair as possible. This is something I've really wanted to do for a while because a lot of people have asked, and like I said, I really didn't know the answer. So now there was just this piece. So I'm gonna look for the easiest way to cut it without cutting any more hair. I'm just cutting straight through. So now I've cut it off. So now I have this square piece, and I guess you can make a top piece. So this is just this top of what was that short wig. It would go just like this right on the top and be fully hand tied. So again, here's my front, here's my back, and I tried to keep the integrity of the crown, just so it was a little neater. And now what you would do to turn it into a top piece you could wear was you would just take 4 of these little metal clips and sew them right into the piece. I have another video about how to sew clips into your top piece. You can just look that up. So you're basically going to take the clip and sew it right here in the front and another one on the front. You could sew a third in the middle if you want. And then you're going to do the same thing in the back. You're going to put one on each side. And again, you could put one in the middle if you want. If you wanted a smaller top piece, you could definitely try doing it on the inside. But like I said, I like to try and keep the integrity of the crown, so that's why I kind of tried to follow this outside. So now we know you can turn a hand-tied wig into a custom top piece. I do see a little bit of hair coming out. I'm guessing that's just the hair I cut at the bottom. But it looks to me like the rest is pretty much staying intact. Just trying to pull and see if anything's going to happen. But it looks to me, like I said, I am losing a little bit of hair, which is probably what I cut. But the rest looks pretty good. So there you go. There's cutting a hand-tied wig into a custom top piece.